he did. Well, hopefully somebody back there. I don't see anybody out here.
Maybe she give the phone if somebody else does.
I have my phone, so I'll have somebody take it.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Call me to order. Roll call.
McCoy. Here. Brownell.
Here.
Conley.
Here.
Van Ort. Here. Hawkinsmith.
Here. Action on minutes previous meeting.
I'll move it.
Second. Roll call.
McCoy.
Yes.
Brownell.
Yes.
Conley.
Yes.
Van Ort. Yes. Hawkinsmith.
Yes. Any special claims?
None.
Action on the bill list as submitted by the county auditor. Roll call.
McCoy.
Yes.
Brownell.
Yes.
Conley.
Yes.
Van Ort. Yes. Hawkinsmith.
Yes. And we have two proclamations this morning. Number 5, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Supervisor Brownell, you can read that proclamation.
Thanks, Tom. This is our proclamation on the Asian American Pacific Islanders. Whereas Asian Americans Pacific Islanders, AAPI, have made significant contributions to our nation's history, culture, and achievements, and have enriched our communities with their vibrant and diverse traditions and customs. And whereas AAPIs have faced significant challenges and obstacles, including discrimination, prejudice, and violence, and their contributions and sacrifices are often been overlooked and undervalued. And whereas May is recognized as Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, providing an opportunity for us to celebrate the rich cultural heritage of AAPIs and recognize their contributions and raise awareness about the challenges they continue to face. And whereas the Polk County Board of Supervisors recognizes the importance of celebrating the diversity and cultural heritage of all its residents, including the AAPI community, now therefore be it resolved, the Polk County Board of Supervisors proclaims May of 2023 the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We encourage all residents to join in celebrating the contributions and achievements of the AAPI community and promote understanding, respect, and appreciation of the rich cultural heritage. And I believe we have someone here to speak too, Tom.
Thanks. Is someone here to speak on behalf for this proclamation? Step up the podium, just name and address for the record. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Lisa Tai. I serve as a volunteer for Iowa Asian Alliance. I serve as the chair for Celebration, which is the Asian Heritage Festival here in Des Moines. It is going to be May 26th and 27th at Western Gateway Park, and we are celebrating our 20th anniversary here this year. We have record number of villages and vendors who are participating, over 50 plus vendors and villages. So we're very excited about this festival, and one of the things that we can't do without is one of our sponsors. So we thank Polk County Board Supervisors for sponsoring this event as well. So.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to probably go ahead and do the other proclamation, and then we'll get pictures for both separate groups. Okay?
And
right.
I'll leave some flyers in the back if you guys are interested.
Okay. And we'll be down here in a second. We're going to go ahead and go to the next proclamation, number 6, Mental Health Awareness Month, and Supervisor Conley.
Thanks, Tom. Whereas mental health impacts a person's emotional, social, environmental, financial, and overall well-being with significant disparities among racially and ethnically diverse communities, and whereas nearly 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 5 adolescents in the United States live with a mental illness. And whereas suicide is now the second leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds, with teenagers experiencing a 17.3% increase in the use of anxiety medication since 2010. And whereas 1/3 of the United States population lives in a county designated as a mental health professional shortage area. And whereas an estimated 44% of the residents detained in jails are suffering from a mental illness, often with co-occurring substance abuse disorders. And whereas Polk County, Iowa, and all counties serve as a safety net for residents in need. And whereas Polk County, Iowa has developed community-based services and supports along with an array of crisis services, which help people stay out of jail and the hospital of offering mental health treatment in the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Polk County Board of Supervisors, declare the month of May 2023 to be Mental Health Awareness Month in Polk County, Iowa, and to be highlighted the critical role of the county in providing crucial mental health services and resources to its residents. Be it further proclaimed that Polk County Board of Supervisors continues its commitment to partner with community organizations to ensure that all behavioral health and disability services are accessible, valuable, and culturally appropriate for all of our residents in Polk County. And as you can see today, there are many of our providers and consumers and others that in the audience that we can't do this without you. So thank you for all being here today, supporting May Mental Health Awareness. We really appreciate it.
Okay, board, let's go down and do the photos really quickly. I would think for the Mental Health Awareness Month, we'll probably want our regional governing board members down here. I see a few of those folks out here. We'll have those folks down here for sure for the photo, and anyone else in the community, any of our providers. Okay. Becky, you ready? We're going to move on to permits.
7, new applications for cigarette, tobacco, nicotine, vapor permits for those listed on the agenda. Number 8, new application for 5-day special Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service area for Back Pocket Brewing in Polk City. Number 9, renewal application and ownership update for Class E retail alcohol license for Casey's General Store at 6565 Northwest 6th Drive. 9A is a new application for Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service area permit for Fleetwood Bar and Grill in Polk City, Iowa.
Roll call.
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes?
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes. Okay, we're the time of the agenda where we take up public comments. Is anyone here to address the board this morning on any other matters? Step up to the podium, name and address for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Anissa D.A. I'm the director of Primrose School of Urbandale. We received a letter yesterday from a private citizen wanting to have our assessment reviewed. He did not clearly understand that we're the owners and the tenant, we're in the building, and we're running a daycare center. We currently, right now, are struggling in our field as far as, cost, also labor. I mean, we had to leave the building to be here today to do this, and the concern of childcare costs being increased because this gentleman wants to increase our property taxes. That cost would go back to the parents, and I don't want that to happen. Little bit surprised from Carl, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it looks like he had 23 homes that he is working for, not realizing that he included a daycare within his project, whatever he's doing here. Concerned that we're providing a service to the community. We serve over 216 kids in our program, helping families get back to work, and now he wants to go ahead and have this assessment reviewed. So we're very concerned and seeking some, kind of advice on what to do next.
I'm not sure how to address. First of all, this employee you're referring to is not under the direction of the Board of Supervisors when he is doing this. I'm frankly personally disappointed that he is, but he's chosen to do that in private citizen, I think, which is in his rights from what I understand. I don't know, Ralph,
I
you care to
question
comment?
that, sir. I question that. I really do wonder if there's
tell you what,
conflict of interest.
Randy, could you address this at all for us this morning or not? Do you even want to? You don't want to? Okay.
Well, I got to be careful what I say or I'll get sued for libel, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
You can guess how I feel about this. I've never seen anything like this in 43 years, where a county employee goes out and targets people to get their taxes raised. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right. I'm sorry I had to put you on the spot there, but I don't, any other board members have any other comments?
I think believe that you have to go to the assessor's office and I don't know.
We have a hearing date. But we
Okay.
took this opportunity to get the information out right now.
Okay,
We don't want to wait. The impact to the families, the community, I don't think that this person considered that. And it's an issue, because right now we're really struggling to provide childcare within Polk County. And there are people that need it. And here we are providing a service, and then we get walloped with this. Our program opened during a pandemic, January 2021. We only had 12 children because nobody wanted to share their babies with us. And then when we tried to get PPP loan to support us, because we weren't open during COVID to actually show a loss, we didn't get any funding whatsoever, no support. And we're still there making it work and struggling, but we get up every morning and make it happen to provide childcare for our families. So this is kind of, I told this person the other day, this is a sucker punch.
I think what we're also just trying, we understand that you guys can't say things just because as representatives of Polk County, we understand that. But I think even with the information passed around, even he had stated that he did not know whose property he was pulling when he pulled ours. Ours is a child care center. We do provide services, and as residents of Iowa, we all know we're struggling with child care. So we're looking for us to be able to bring this out to the public, and we're working on our side to be able to do that. But in addition to our struggle with child care, we barely get to be able to leave our facility. And right now, we have to take time out of our day serving our teachers, serving our students that are all residents of our community to have to come here. And we're just looking to seek any advice, any resources that you think we should follow past the steps that we've taken to go ahead and meet with the Polk County assessor.
I'm sympathetic to what you're sharing with us today. I'm not sure at this point how to approach it. It is something we haven't ever seen in my history on this board, and probably much longer than that. At this point, maybe at some point we could talk privately about it, but I don't know, Ralph, if you want to add anything, what our role could be here.
We won't be able to provide you any legal advice, but we can reassure you that you will receive a fair hearing before the Board of Review. And I'll make sure that someone from the county attorney's office is there to make sure that all the procedural requirements are met. And rest assured, the county attorney's office will be overseeing it to make sure that all the rules are followed so that you're treated fairly.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
No,
thank you for coming down, you do great work.
Keep it up.
That sucks. Okay.
Is that it? Okay. Move on to resolutions. Becky?
Number 11, resolution authorizing the auditor's office to publish notice of public hearing for May 30th on disposal of county interest in real estate. Number 12, resolution authorizing the auditor's office to publish notice of public hearing for May 30th on proposed amendments to Health Rules Chapter 5, Air Pollution. Number 13, resolution setting annual service fee for Polk County's residential recycling program. Number 14, resolution awarding bid for sanitary sewer improvements, Phase 2, to Graph Excavating of Toledo, Iowa. Number 15, resolution approving easement contracts for the 2023 sanitary sewer project. Number 16, resolution approving water main connection agreement for property at 5645 Southeast 68th Place. 17 and 18 are resolutions approving Iowa Department of Transportation funding agreements for bridge replacement projects on Northeast 50th Avenue and Southeast 48th Avenue. Number 19, resolution awarding bid to the Concrete Contracting Company in Grimes for the 2023-24 PCC patch program. Number 20, resolution approving preliminary plat of Aurora Avenue Bible Church, Plat 1.
I'll move those resolutions collectively.
Second. Roll call.
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 21, resolution approving agreement with Children and Families of Iowa to support domestic violence sheltering and other services. Number 22, resolution approving third amended agreement with Iowa Department of Health and Human Services to administer Polk County DCAT and community partnerships for protecting children activities. Number 23, resolution approving third amended agreement with Iowa Department of Health and Human Services to administer Polk County DCAT restorative justice and cultural equity activities. Number 24, resolution approving fourth amended agreement with Iowa Department of Health and Human Services to administer Polk County DCAT juvenile pre-arrest diversion activities. Number 25, resolution approving sixth amended agreement with Impact Community Action Partnership to disperse U.S. Treasury Department Emergency Rent Assistance Program funds. 26 and 27 are resolutions approving agreements with Dr. Karen Olson and Dr. Rebecca Shaw for medical director services for Mid-Iowa SART. Number 28, resolution approving agreement with Jennifer Slider for pediatric medical advisor services for Mid-Iowa SART.
Move those collectively. Second.
Discussion?
I had a question on a couple of these, Tom. Number 26 and 27. I read the narrative on this, and probably says more about me than it does the narrative. I didn't quite understand what was going on there. And Dr. Olson is going to be a director of services, and Dr. Shaw is also going to be a director of services. Do we have two director of services, or what's going on with that? I see Eric is approaching the podium.
Good morning, Eric Cool, Director of Community, Family, and Youth Services. The two doctors split the hospitals essentially. So one of the doctors covers Broadlawns and Unity Point and reviews all the client files and procedures specific to those institutions, and then the other doctor covers the other hospitals, has to do with their personal assignments and privileges.
Okay.
And then Jennifer Slater covers the Star Center at Methodist.
All right,
So
all right, thanks.
Do we have this all worked out with the hospitals now? They're gonna help with us, or how's this all working?
We do not, though there are more conversations coming up on May 24th and 25th. And just to provide a little bit of history, and I'll be very brief, we have historically, this is regarding the standby pay for nurses, and we've had difficulty recruiting nurses as it is. So starting last fall, we started experiencing gaps in our 24/7 coverage schedule for sexual assault nurse examinations. December looked pretty bleak. We increased that to $10 an hour just for December. We could not sustain it longer than 1 month. We, in January, went ahead and instituted a permanent increase to $6 an hour. Based on the revenue we currently get, we can sustain that for a year or more. But at some point, if we want to sustain $6 an hour, we need to come up with $50,000 more in revenue. There's requests for $10 an hour. That would require another $122,000 in revenue, and there are some other models that go up from there. So, you know, we are talking with the hospitals. We feel like this is a program that when it was originally put together, it was to maintain and increase consistency and predictability of response. This is a model that provides ready-made recruitment, training, scheduling, and deployment of nurses to the hospitals, so that's something they don't have to do themselves, which would be significant work. So we are engaged in those conversations to see if we can increase their funding of this model.
So you're having those discussions now?
We are having them. We've been having them for about 4 months. They've moved more slowly than we would like. But we have our next appointments at the end of this month.
I know the $10 supplemental increase it got good results. Is the $6 supplemental increase getting results?
For the most part, we have, I'd say 80 to 90% of our shifts covered. And we have had a few shifts not covered where a victim shows up immediately after a sexual assault and does not have a nurse available. And we have told them when the nurse is available, and then sometimes that's a short period of time and they wait, and other times they have come back, which we did not expect. So that's the rate we're at now. I don't know that $10 would guarantee 100% coverage, but it certainly would be likely to increase the chance of that.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Okay, is that a motion, a second? Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
29 and 30 are resolutions approving release of mortgage for 1642 37th Street and 3324 Kingman Boulevard. Number 31, resolution approving agreement with Richmond Construction to address lead hazard repairs at 501 8th Street in West Des Moines.
I'd move those collectively.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 32, resolution approving MHIDDD service approvals and authorizing expenditures from the MHDS Services Fund. Number 33, resolution approving independent contractor agreement with FP Consulting. Number 34, resolution approving Polk County Mental Health and Disability Services Region performance-based contract with Iowa Department of Health and Human Services. Number 35, resolution approving and authorizing Polk County Mental Health and Disability Services Region fiscal year 23-24 incentive fund request submission to Iowa Department of Health and Human Services.
I'll move those resolutions.
I'll second, but I have a question. Annie, on 33, the technology piece, I know we talked about this at the regional board, and I must not have been quite with it. I didn't realize we're doing a year contract. I thought we talked about kind of, you know,
We,
mousing him out, so to speak.
so we will. So the plan is for us to take time to really figure out what we need in our department, to advertise for those positions and get those in our department, and then gradually fade him away as soon as he trains that person. And so we did it for a year, knowing that there is an out clause, so we can get out of the contract whenever we need to.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell? Yes. Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 36, resolution approving temporary site license with new singular wireless PCS. Number 37, resolution approving addendum to the Sourcewell program agreement between Wex Bank and the state of Iowa. Number 38, resolution supporting a Memorial Bridge designation as Second Avenue Interstate I-80 Bridge in honor of Polk County Sheriff's Office Deputy Kipton L. Hayward.
Move those collectively. Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 39, resolution creating position in the auditor's office. Number 40, resolution approving position modifications included in the fiscal year 23-24 budget.
I'll move those.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 41, resolution approving recommendation of Polk County Assessor for allowance of disabled veteran tax credit.
Move the resolution.
Second.
Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 42, resolution approving Iowa State Association of Counties HIPAA program agreement.
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
43 through 53 are resolutions approving professional services agreements with Dr. Matt Helmers, Dr. Tom Eisenhart, Dr. Keith Schilling, Dr. Jerry Schnorr, Dr. Mary Skopik, Dr. Michelle Super, Dr. Martin St. Clair, Dr. Larry Weber, Dr. Michael Weber, Northland College, and the University of Iowa.
I'll move those, Mr. Chairman. Had a question, though.
Second.
Okay.
I have to ask, we have enough doctors here, we could open up our own major probably with under water quality. What's the story with the number of? We have enough doctors here that we could probably open up our own major with under water quality. What's going on with all these? Why so many?
All these folks.
Yeah.
This is part of the assessment team to do the review on the source water. Team of scientists, top level across Iowa, to assess what's in our water, where does it come from, and what do we do about it.
So the focus isn't just on Polk County?
It's focused on the waters in Polk County, yeah. But obviously, the waters in Polk County
Right.
Somewhere else.
come from upstream.
Right.
So, some perspective on this project, and this is about less than 10% of the ARPA funds we're spending. The 92% of the ARPA funds we're spending are really on practices. You've got the saturated buffers, the wetlands restorations, all the stuff that John Swanson's doing. Maybe the best example is the state's recent decision to not fund water testing. Practices are great, but they don't measure performance. And until you measure performance, you don't know if you're actually having an impact or if you have to make systems change to what's in our water. So this is the one piece of the ARPA funding for water that we are investing in to do an assessment of performance. One of the excuses for not funding the state water testing was, well, rather than spend that $500,000 on testing water for performance, we should just invest it in practices that clean up water, which is a great diversion of us keeping track of the performance we're doing. Example would be, you're driving on the countryside in the summertime, you see all these corn test plots. Well, farmers that want to buy seed corn, would you be more interested in knowing how it was planted, how deep it was planted, how wide the rows were? Or would you be more interested in what were the bushels per acre that corn yielded? When we're doing wetlands and saturated buffers and all this stuff, those are practices. Just like practices of how you plant that corn. But the real test is, how are you performing? And because that informs what systems changes you have to make to clean up the water. So this project gets to the root of information and data we need to know in this county, in this state, quite frankly, but for our source water, for all the drinking water for over 500,000 people. Are we making improvements? Are we making a difference with these practices? And if you don't know that, then you can't really be informed about systems changes that need to be made so we don't contaminate the water. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And these scientists are focused on what's the data needed, what do we need to assess to know if we're making a difference.
All right, thank you.
So once again, Polk County's on the cutting edge.
We're not only on the cutting edge, we're unfortunately slowly becoming the only place in the state that's on the cutting edge to know, assessed if we're having an impact on cleaning up our water.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Roll call.
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort? Yes. Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
54, resolution approving community development grant for Ryder Club softball.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell? Yes. Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Number 55, resolution approving community betterment grant awards.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell? Yes. Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes.
Communications, number 56, City of Ankeny, notice of consultation meeting concerning petition for annexation of land by the city. Number 57, City of Ankeny, notice of hearing to consider 80-20 voluntary urbanized annexation of certain territory. Number 58, City of Johnston, notice of meeting on proposed amendment to the Beaver Creek West TIF Urban Renewal Plan and the new Northwest 86th Street Blighted TIF Urban Renewal Plan. Number 59, City of West Des Moines, notices of consultation meetings concerning proposed amendment to the Fuller Road Urban Renewal Plan and the University Avenue Corridor Urban Renewal Plan.
For Public Works and the County Attorney, any budget actions?
None.
Memorandum of appointments?
I'll move them.
Second.
Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Van Ort?
Yes.
Hawkinsmith?
Yes. John, do we have anything tomorrow? John, do we have anything tomorrow? I don't think so either. Okay.
Senior Fest.
That's right. I can't be there. I've got MPO exec committee meeting, so you guys will have to hand out the chicken by yourselves.
Not chicken.
Mashed potatoes, whatever.
We're doing
Okay.
barbecue.
All right, ribs then.
I don't have to be in charge of chicken anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, anything else, board members?
Move to adjourn.
Roll call?
McCoy?
Yes.
Brownell?
Yes.
Conley?